Welcome to Headline News. This is Maria Han. Trump is looking at building his own platform. We will not be silenced. Twitter permanently suspended President Trump's personal account with 88.7 million followers. President Trump issued a statement through his @POTUS official presidential Twitter account. He criticized Twitter for violating freedom of speech. He also indicated that he would not be silenced and is considering building his own brand new social platform. On January 8th, President Trump tweeted through @POTUS, "Twitter has gone further and further in banning free speech, and tonight, Twitter employees have coordinated with the Democrats and radical left in removing my account from their platform to silence me and you, the 75 million great patriots who voted for me." Twitter is not about free speech. They are all about promoting a radical left platform where some of the most vicious people in the world are allowed to speak freely. Trump also wrote that his administration has been negotiating with various other sites and will have a big announcement soon. Stay tuned, he tweeted. Not only President Trump himself, but a number of prominent Trump supporters have been permanently blocked from Twitter, including former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and prominent lawyer Sidney Powell, who have also been accused of undergoing socially harmful activities by Twitter. With the Trump camp blocked by major social media, Fox News anchor Sean Hannity said that Trump currently has an account on Parler, a social media outlet where many conservatives gather. But according to a search by Newsweek, only the accounts of Trump's children were found on Parler for the time being, and Trump's usual real Donald Trump was not seen. Fox News reported that the new social platform Parler is also under great pressure. Sean Davis, co-founder of the conservative media The Federalist, quoted sources as saying that Apple is adding Parler to its censorship policy or it will be removed from the App Store. And Google even announced that it has temporarily removed Parler from the Play Store. Facing the upscale suppression of the mainstream media, many Trump-supporting netizens have changed their avatars to Trump's avatar and imitated President Trump's account to express their dissatisfaction with Twitter's suspension. Some supporters also launched a Leave Twitter action with the hashtags Twexit and Twexit Day, preparing to delete their Twitter accounts to express their dissatisfaction on January 20th at 12 noon Eastern Time when Biden is going to be inaugurated. Pompeo rebuts Bush. The riot won't make America a banana republic. Following the January 6th riots at the Capitol, former U.S. President George W. Bush quickly criticized, "This is how election results are disputed in a banana republic, not our democratic republic." In response, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said that while violence is intolerable, the United States cannot be compared to a banana republic. Pompeo posted a series of tweets Thursday evening saying, "Many prominent people, including journalists and politicians, have likened the United States to a banana republic. The slander reveals a faulty understanding of banana republics and of democracy in America. In a banana republic, mob violence determines the exercise of power. In the United States, law enforcement officials quash mob violence so that the people's representatives can exercise power in accordance with the rules of law and constitutional government." On January 6th, shortly after a joint session of Congress began, suspected Antifa thugs posing as Trump supporters broke into Congress. They were led into Congress by police. Washington police said the riot left 4 people dead, including a pro-Trump protester shot dead by Capitol Police, as well as at least 68 arrests. Pompeo condemned the violence the same day, calling it unacceptable. "Lawlessness and rioting here or around the world is always unacceptable. I have traveled to many countries and always support the right of every human being to protest peacefully for their beliefs and their causes," he said. "But violence, putting at risk the safety of others, including those tasked with providing security for all of us, is intolerable both at home and abroad." He also called for sanctions against the people involved in the riot. "Let us swiftly bring justice to the criminals who engaged in this rioting," he said. Pompeo added, America is better than what we saw today at a place where I served as a member of Congress and saw firsthand democracy at its best. After the riots, lawmakers continued the process of certifying Electoral College votes. Some Republicans, who initially vowed to challenge the election results due to voter fraud concerns, changed their minds because of the riots. Later, Vice President Mike Pence confirmed Biden's victory at 3:41 a.m. Eastern Time. Pompeo noted that the official certification of the Electoral College by Congress shows the strength of American political institutions and represents a victory for the rule of law and constitutional government in America. Urged by AOC to resign, Cruz states, "Congress riots have nothing to do with us." On Thursday, January 7th, far-left U.S. Representative for New York, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, used the Capitol riots as an excuse to call for the resignation of Texas Senator Ted Cruz and Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, who challenged the Electoral College ballots. Cruz responded that the riots had nothing to do with members of Congress who were doing their jobs. On Wednesday, January 6th, as Cruz began a debate in a joint session of Congress against the certification of Biden's victory by the Arizona Electoral College, the debate was cut when people with Trump supporter banners stormed the Capitol. The riot forced lawmakers to hide and Vice President Mike Pence to leave in a hurry through the underground passage under the protection of security personnel, thus suspending the entire certification process. Cruz strongly condemned the violence of the rioters, calling them despicable terrorists. However, because Cruz and Hawley are the lawmakers who led the challenge on the Electoral College against the certification of Biden in some swing states, AOC and others put the blame for the riot on them. In his tweet, Cruz shot back, "Leading a debate in the Senate on ensuring election integrity is doing our jobs, and it's in no way responsible for the despicable terrorists who attacked the Capitol yesterday. And sorry, I ain't going anywhere. When you and your socialist buddies try to massively raise taxes, and when you try to pass the Green New Deal and destroy millions of jobs, when you push for amnesty, when you try to pack the Supreme Court with activists to undermine our constitutional rights, I will fight that every step and stand with the people." Trump and his Capitol Hill allies are convinced that widespread voter fraud led to the unfair election results in November. The Trump campaign has filed lawsuits challenging the election results in several key swing states. However, these lawsuits have been dismissed by multiple courts. As for the riots that took place on January 6th, it has now been confirmed by multiple sources that Antifa was responsible for orchestrating the parliamentary riots. Someone tweeted that he witnessed 5 minibuses of Antifa and Black Lives Matter members being escorted to the rally by police. He has the video as evidence. Daily record broken. 4,000 U.S. COVID deaths on January 7th. Johns Hopkins University data shows that there were at least 274,703 new confirmed cases of the CCP virus in the U.S. On Thursday, January 7th, 4,085 infected people died of the disease, once again setting a new U.S. record for the number of deaths in a single day. It was the first time the U.S. surpassed 4,000 deaths in a single day. The data shows that there were at least 21,579,567 confirmed cases in the United States to date, of which at least 365,317 people have died, including cases in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, other U.S. territories, and repatriated cases. With more than 28,000 deaths and more than 2.5 million confirmed cases, California has become the epicenter of a new outbreak in the U.S. On January 7th, 583 people died from complications related to the CCP virus in California alone. In the past 2 days, the number of deaths in California has exceeded 1,000. The current outbreak in California shows no signs of slowing down. The daily positive test rate in Los Angeles, where the outbreak is most severe, is already at 20.4%. Since November 1st, cases in Los Angeles have skyrocketed by 941%. Los Angeles County reported 218 new deaths on January 7th. Mayor Eric Garcetti said more people are dying from COVID-19 in Los Angeles every day than of homicide in an entire year. In New York City, the daily rate of positive tests for the CCP virus is now over 9% and is still soaring. New York City Mayor Michael White said the city has had 7 consecutive days of over 4,000 additional daily cases. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the vaccine is currently being distributed rapidly in the United States. Currently, a total of 21,419,800 doses of vaccines have been distributed, of which approximately 5,919,000 have been administered. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.